Good morning, students. This is Dr. Thulasi, working as Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Vnitsw Institute of Technology and Sciences for Women, Palakalaru. Today, I am going to discuss about very important topic of the UML, that is conceptual model of the UML. To understand the intents of the UML, you need to understand the conceptual model of the UML. So, conceptual model consists of mainly three things. First one is building blocks of the UML. Second one is rules of the UML. And third one is common mechanisms. So, these are the three important topics which we are going to discuss right now. Coming to the building blocks of the UML. So, building blocks of the UML consists of three more things. Coming to the building blocks of the UML. First one is things. Second one is relationships. And third one is diagrams. So this is one of the important topic, and this is third unit. And in JNT also they may ask a question like explain about the conceptual model of the UML, or they may be asking the question like explain about the building blocks of the UML. So coming to the building blocks of the UML, here we are having three types of elements. First one is things of the UML, relationships of the UML, and diagrams of the UML. So coming to the things of the UML. Things of the UML. So what is meant by things of the UML means here if you consider a graph may be consists of vertices and arcs. So this is a basic graph. So in this graph we are having some vertices and we are having some arcs. So here the vertices are nothing but the things of the UML and the arcs are nothing but the relationships of the UML, and the whole figure which we use to represent a graph. It is a collection of vertices and relationships. So here the diagrams is nothing but a graph. It is an interesting collection of things and the relationships. So here the vertices are nothing but the things of the UML. The arcs are nothing but the relationships among the elements, and the interesting collection of these things and the relationships is nothing but the diagrams of the UML. So let us discuss one by one. Coming to the things of the UML. Here we are having four types of the things. Those are structural things. Second one is behavioral things. Third one is grouping things. And fourth one is annotational things. Annotational things. So these are the four things which we are going to study here in the UML. So coming to the structural things. Structural things are the nouns of the UML. These are the nouns of the UML. So if you want to represent any names, or if you want to take the abstractions in the problem domain, that can be represented by using the nouns of the UML. Here we are having 7 types of nouns. So here in the structural things we are having 7 elements. They are class, object, collaboration, use case, component, deployment, and active class. These are the 7 elements which we are going to study in the structural things of the UML. Coming to the behavioral things, these are the dynamic parts of the UML. Dynamic parts of the UML. These are the verbs of the YAML. So here we are having two elements in the behavior things. They are states and the interaction. Coming to the grouping things. These are the organizational parts of the YAML. Organizational parts of the YAML. Here we are having only one element, that is nothing but a package. Coming to the annotational parts of the YAML. These are the explanatory parts of the YAML. These are the explanatory parts of the YAML. Here we are having only one annotational thing, that is note. Okay, so these are the things of the YAML. Here we have discussed about the structural things of the YAML. Structural things are nothing but the nouns of the YAML. These are used to represent the vocabulary of the problem domain, and these are used to represent the vocabulary in the solution also. So, to represent those elements, we are having 7 elements. These 7 elements are class. Second one is active class. Third one is object. Fourth one is use case. Fifth one is collaboration. Sixth one is component. And seventh one is node. This is node, N-O-D-E, node. Okay, let us see one by one. And coming to the class. Class is the collection of, we all know that class is a collection of objects with a similar structure and behavior and relationships. So class graphically it is represented as a rectangle having 3 compartments. So it is represented as a rectangle with the 3 compartments. First one indicates the first compartment is used to represent the name of the class, and second compartment is used to represent the attributes of a class, and third compartment is used to represent the operations of a particular class. So here the class is used to represent the same behavior of the collection of the objects. So here class can be represented graphically by using a rectangle having 3 compartments. First one indicates the name of a class and the second one indicates the attributes. If you consider Java, in this the class name is nothing but the class in the Java. That name can be represented by using the name of the first compartment. Second one is used to represent the attributes of in the class. So these are nothing but the data members of the program in the Java. And next, the third compartment is used to represent the operations of a particular class. These are used to represent the member functions of a particular class. So this is how we can, by using this class diagram graphically, you can convert this class diagram into code by using a forward engineering, which can be done in the rational course. So this is regarding the class. Next, coming to the active class. Active class can be represented as same as the class graphically. It is also represented by using a 3 compartment. So, and what is the main difference between the active class and the class is represented generally with all the lines having the same width and thickness. Here, coming to the active class, the borders of the active class will be somewhat thicker than the general class diagram. So, what is the main difference between class and active classes? In the class, it is a collection of objects. Coming to the active class, it is a collection of active objects. Active objects means which is having some thread of control. So by using the thread of control, it will be processing their activities in their own way. That can be represented by using this active class. Here, active class also will be having 3 compartments. First represents the name of the class, and second one indicates the attributes of a class, and third one indicates the operations of a class. This is regarding the active class. Coming to the object. Object is nothing but an instance of a class. We know that class and object seems to be same, but class cannot be an object. Class is a collection of objects and object is an instance of class. Graphically, object can be represented by using a rectangle. So this also can be known as a class icon. So what is the difference between class icon and object? Class icon means, here if you consider this class name as employee. So if the class does not having any attributes and operations, then directly this can be represented just by a class icon like this, employee. So here also class icon and object name also represented in the same way. Then what is the main difference between class and object means? Here object can be represented similarly as a class icon, but the name of the class should be underlined. That is the only difference between the class and object. So object is nothing but a instance of a class, but it can be represented by using a rectangle, and the name of the object can be underlined. This is how we can represent the object. Coming to the next one, that is use case. What is the use case? Use case here is used to represent the scenario. If you want to represent a scenario in a particular model, then you can use this use case diagram. Graphically, it is represented by a ellipse symbol by giving the name in it. If you want to place order. So, in the scenario, if you want to place an order, then what you need to do? You need to log into the system, you need to authenticate yourself, you need to place an order, and then you need to do the payment of transaction successful, then the order will be placed. To do this place order, you need to have a sequence of actions to be done. That can be represented by using a use case. Next, coming to the collaboration. What is meant by collaboration? Collaboration represents a society of roles used to combinedly gives a behavior of a particular system. It means, suppose if you consider our example as our college. So consider an example of our college. Here we are having multiple roles like student, staff, principal, chairman. These are the different roles. These combinedly, these are the society of roles, combinedly gives the behavior of a particular college. Means how we run the college, that is the behavior of a particular college. If you want to represent such type of activities, you can use this collaboration. Collaboration, the name itself indicates collaborating. Here, many roles are collaborating to achieve some behavior. Then we use this collaboration. Graphically, it is represented by a dashed ellipse like this. So, this is the graphical representation of a collaboration. Next, coming to the component. Component is a physical or replaceable part of a system that can be represented by using a component. Component can be represented graphically as a rectangle with the tabbed folders. This is how the component is represented. So if you want to represent any components in the system, then you can represent, or if you want to represent any files, then you can represent by using this component diagram. Next, coming to the seventh one, that is a node. Node can be represented. Node is nothing but a physical element that having some memory and processing capability. Then that is known as a node. Generally, what will be having this memory and processing capacity means that is nothing but a system or a server which we are going to use. Here graphically the node is represented by using a cube symbol. So here you can represent the node like this. So this is regarding the node. Graphically node is represented by using a cube. These are the structural elements. These are the 7 structural elements used in the things. These are the nouns of the UML. To represent the problem domain, vocabulary in the problem domain, we use these elements to represent the vocabulary of the problem domain. First one is class, second one is active class, object, use case, collaboration, component and node. These are the elements which we are using as a structural elements in the UML. Coming to the behavioral things. Behavioral things are the dynamic parts of the YAML. Here we are having only 2 elements in the behavioral things. First one is a interaction. Second one is the states. So interaction is nothing but the interaction among the objects or elements that can be represented by using this interaction diagram. Interaction graphically it is represented as a arrowhead. Solid line with the arrowhead is nothing but the interaction. It is used to represent the interaction among the objects for message passing. Such type of relationships can be represented by using this interaction diagram. Coming to the state. States, it's not just a states, it's a state machine. So this can be represented, graphically it is represented as a rounded rectangle. So I think you people have gone through the operating system. In that we used to represent the processor lifespan. So in that we used to represent the process as starting state, running state, waiting state, dead state. These are the different states which we represent the lifespan of a particular process. Here the state machine is used to represent such purpose, to represent the events, to represent the transitions that can be represented by using this state machine. This is regarding the behavioral things. Coming to the next one, grouping things. that grouping things are nothing but the organizational parts of the UML. If you want to group interesting collection of groups, it means if you want to do if you want to have the Unit 3 material, you'll be having some PPTs, you'll be having some video lectures, you'll be having some files. If you'll group all these things and you'll keep in a folder. So here also, if you want to group such type of elements, you'll use this grouping things. These are nothing but the organization. They organize the elements in a fashion. That is nothing but the grouping things. To represent the grouping things, here we are having only one element, that is nothing but a package. Package. Graphically it is represented as a folder symbol, which we use in your desktop. If you want to create a new folder, you will use the same symbol. So in the folder, you will be keeping all the interesting elements, interesting items in a group. Here also you will do the same. If you want to organize all the elements, then you use this grouping things. Next one is annotational things. As I told you that annotational things are the explanatory parts of the UML if you want to represent. In Java, if you want to represent some comments, you can represent by using a double slash if you want to represent the single comments. If you want to represent multiple lines of comments, you will be representing by using a slash, star, star, slash. In between, you will be having some comments. This is used to represent the comments. So similarly, in modeling language also, we'll be able to represent some comments by using this node. This is node. Don't get confused. Here we are having node and it is node. So be clear. Node is nothing but a physical element having some processing capability, and memory is nothing but a node. Graphically it is represented as a cube. Here this is node. Node is used to represent the explanatory parts of the UML. If you want to write the comments in the UML, if you want to write the information, or if you want to represent some explanation regarding the element, you represent by using a node. Node can be represented by using a rectangle with a dog-eared corner. So this is used to represent the node in the UML. So this is regarding the node. These are the four types of the things which we have studied till now. First one is a structural thing, second one is a behavioral thing, and third one is a grouping thing, and fourth one is the annotational thing. Structural things are the nouns of the UML. These are used to represent the vocabulary of the problem domain or in the solution. We can represent by using these nouns of the UML. There are 7 types of elements in the structural things. Those are class diagram, active class, object, use case, collaboration, component, and node. These are the 7 elements which are used to represent the structural elements of the UML. So coming to the behavioral things, the name itself, behavior, this represents the dynamic aspects of a system, or it represents the verbs of a system. So in the UML, we are having 2 elements to represent the behavioral model. Those are interaction and state machine. In the interaction is used to represent the message passing between 2 elements or 2 objects to represent the messages. So to represent some communication, to represent some interaction, we use this interaction diagram. So by using this, graphically it can be represented as a solid line with the arrowhead. On this you can represent your message, something like add. Or you can write whatever the message you want to represent between 2 objects. That can be represented by using this interaction diagram. Next, coming to the state machine. State machine means which is used to represent the states of a particular process or threads or events or transition. That can be represented by using the state machines. Graphically, it is represented as a rounded rectangle. So here you can represent the state like running. Running is one of the state of the process. So you can represent all the states by using the state machines. For example, here we have seen the process. In the process, we'll be having different states like start the process and running the process, ready process, running, waiting, dead process. So all these states which you have seen in the operating system, that can be represented by using this state machine. So what not, everywhere UML can be used. In operating system also UML can be used. In software engineering also UML can be used. What not, wherever there is a data, wherever there is a software, wherever there is non-software also, you can use UML. So UML is a very essential subject that you need to learn. For project also UML is a very essential. So these are the different elements that can be used to represent your project graphically. So why we are using this UML means this gives a common platform to all the stakeholders. Because if I give a project to some of the person who is a developer, so he develops a project. and I'm the user. I don't know how the developer is going to develop the system. So to bring all the stakeholders to a single platform, so UML is the best choice. So by representing everything in the diagrams, that will be easy for the stakeholders to communicate about different perspectives of the project or different views of a project. That can be done by using this UML. So UML is very essential. You need to learn it. That's all. Okay. Next, coming to the grouping things. Grouping things are the organizational parts of the YAML. These are used to club the elements together. Here we use this package symbol to represent the grouping things. Here graphically it can be represented as a folder symbol. Next, coming to the annotational things. These are the explanatory parts of the YAML. So every programming language will have, you need to have represent your comments. So if you consider this C language or Java, you can represent the comments like this. If you want to represent the single comments, you can represent by giving a double slash. If you want to represent multiple lines of the comments, then you can represent slash star, and you can write your multiple lines of comments, and you can use the ended comment by using a star and slash. This is regarding the comments. In the programming also, if you want to represent such type of comments, you need to use this note. So by using this note symbol, if you want to represent any comments regarding a particular class like this, so this is a class employee. So you want to write some comments regarding this. So by using a dotted line, you can write this employee class is used to represent so and so. You can write such comments. If the comment is so lengthy, you can't write that comment in a small box. There is one more choice is there. You can write all your comments in a document, and that link can be provided here so that everyone can view your comments and can understand what the thing you have done here. This is regarding the annotational things. Thank you.